Hello and howdy there, folks. A couple nights ago, I watched Sound of My Voice. It was interesting. Okay, I will give it a 6. I actually wanted to see this in the theater. Was slightly disappointed that I never had the opportunity or time to get to see it. It's about two investigative journalists slash documentary filmmakers. I guess documentary filmmakers more than anything. Infiltrating a cult, a Los Angeles cult, to expose it. Namely, their mysterious leader, Maggie. Maggie claims to be from the year 2060 something, I believe, 2064. She's come back in time to do something. What, we're not sure. I enjoyed it. Again, this movie is right up my alley. Maybe my hopes were up a little bit. This is a Los Angeles film, and I was hoping for a lot more Los Angeles geography. You know, a lot of this film takes place in a basement of a house, which I enjoy. I enjoy films that occur mainly in one room or in a minimum of space. But I thought it would be more LA. You know, I thought it would be more of a commentary on LA. The trailer really kind of sold me on a film that this wasn't. You know, I don't want to use such a strong word as misleading, but the trailer definitely made me a lot more excited than the actual film. I can't tell you who wrote or directed it. I'm sorry. I believe it's the same person, producer, writer, director, which I always appreciate. It was very well shot. It was very beautiful. Everything kind of looked like Michael Mann. You know, everything was kind of soft, orange, yellowish hues, pastel. Again, it kind of reminded me of visually of a Michael Mann film. Maybe it's just when you're outside and shooting Los Angeles, you can't help but look like Michael Mann. All of the acting is good. I can't really tell you, actually. Her name is on this. Maggie, the time traveler, is Britt Marling. She kind of looked familiar, but not really. And the only other person I know, you've got two other main characters. I guess they're not husband and wife. For a while I thought they were husband and wife, but they're just boyfriend-girlfriend. And the guy is, I'm not sure of his name, but and I didn't know it like while I was watching the film, The Sound of My Voice, but soon after turning the film off, saw a commercial for Argo, and he is in Argo. He's what I would call probably the main hostage, the guy with the glasses. Anyway, so he's in Argo. The girl I definitely didn't recognize. I guess what I didn't care for about the film is it just left me wanting more. Wanting more in every way. I thought it did a good job of building mystery and intrigue and bringing you into the world, getting you, letting you see Maggie's power over people, the power that any cult leader, any charismatic figure can have over somebody. But that's, again, it's good at bringing up mystery, getting that mystery out there. But it didn't satisfy me with answers. That's probably a big part of the point, is not to satisfy you, to leave you hanging. but I definitely could have used a lot more detail about what her mission is. Why has she traveled back in time? You know, it's never really talked about, where they talk about a civil war, but there's no hint at stopping it or anything. We just are told that there's going to be a great civil war. And it seems that in the long run, her goal to travel back in time appears to be selfish. Again, we are not told any detailed information about her plan, so it would just appear that she's back for selfish reasons. But the film ends before anything juicy can begin. So I know it will never happen, but I would love to get a sequel to this film, just so you can really get into the sci-fi aspect. I mean, that sci-fi aspect was there, and that, again, was really accentuated in the trailers, and, again, made me want to see this movie. But it's not really there in the film. I mean, there is some science fiction there, but just not as much as I was hoping for. I think it lets you inside of the cult mentality. You know, maybe the filmmaker, I would have to say, had some access to a cult or prior experience, just because it all felt very real, about the control and the repetitive nature. Just her way of, again, being, of controlling, manipulating. I don't really know what else to say. All the acting was good. It's a lot of talking, you know. It's a lot of talking. They're in that basement, again, for most of the film, sitting in a circle and exploring, exploring their feelings and, their past traumas. So it's a lot of character development. And again, I do feel that the characters introduced are pretty much well-rounded, especially the three lead characters. I suppose there's a lot of just, like, talking heads. There's, cult members. They all get, like, one or two lines, but there's some cheesy acting. I mean, there's some bad acting in this movie. But it's okay. It's okay. Again, I really can't think of anything more descriptive than I just wanted more. I just wanted more detail, more about the future. Maybe that would take away some of the mystery, but I don't know. Make it longer. It was about an 80-minute film, so it did go by, but it's all talking. It's a lot of talking. So when you're watching a disc at home, you have the time right in front of you. Meaning the running time. And I noticed that at about 40 minutes in, I was like looking at the clock and going, how long have I been watching this? So there is a lot of talking, and you have to pay attention and you have to listen. So there is that. But I just wish, after all the listening and all the, paying attention, I wish that the reward were greater. That's about it. But fine acting, really, really good cinematography. I thought it looked gorgeous. Sterile, soft, kind of like warm, comforting. Just anything that would make you feel safe, and at home in a strange situation, or they're trying to make it feel like home, your new home. I really can't think of anything else. Again, hit me up with a sequel. I'd like to see where Maggie goes from here. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it does have a sufficient twist ending, which I enjoyed. Kind of reminded me of a better film this year, Safety Not Guaranteed, which also deals with time travel. So, yeah, I mean, it was okay. It was a fine watch. If you've heard of it, or if you like the small independent films that not many people will have seen, or if you, like me, enjoy sci-fi films, this is definitely soft-core sci-fi, but it does work. Yeah, I guess that's about all I have to say. So that's Sound of My Voice, and I will give it a 6. Thank you very much.